Okay guys, I'm back and I've got a couple of things going on with my Enterprise D and I'd like to show you what those are. I showed you the phaser array board and how it works, so the next step obviously was stripping the phaser strip and sanding it, and that's exactly what I did. I masked it off with the Tamiya tape all around and also with the blue painter's tape, and then I sanded it off. I started off with 320 grit. Wasn't getting through, so I went to the the rough stuff about 150 and got pretty much all the primer and paint off, and then whatever was left I scraped off with my hobby knife, and it looks great. Completely transparent again, or at least like the windows, nice and hazy. And let me show you with the flashlight behind it. Let's see if I can do this. Pardon the shaky camera movement. Okay. That's almost looks like a Cylon eye, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, that's completely transparent, so it'll shine the light very nicely through. You see it on the other side, and it looks transparent also, as you can see. So that's successful, thankfully. Now, the next step is finally deciding whether I'm going to use the photo etch parts or not. I've been debating back and forth with that. I've been drilling some test holes, as you can see, with the smallest of the Dremel bits. And I don't know, I guess it'll work if it's all taken in context and it's looked at from far away. Now, I've already primered this particular piece of photo etch part with the metal primer, and I'm about to color it with the Alclad copper. I'm going to go ahead and give it a copper color with just the metal primer on top. I'm not going to use anything else, and we'll see how it looks. Once I've primered it, I'll continue drilling the holes. Obviously I have to have it colored in the color I'm going to have it in, and I've chosen this one because I think it's a nice tone. I think it'll look really cool. It's more in keeping with the TV series, but it's what I want. I went through several different colors. I have the pale gold, which I've been using on my Iron Man build, as you all know. The polished brass, pale burnt metal. There's some really neat colors here, but I settled on this one because I wanted to really contrast with the hull and sort of suggest a series. And if it looks good, I'll stick with it for all the phaser strips. But anyway, I'll show you how that looks after I'm finished. Be back soon. Okay, here's a strip after painting it the copper color, and I really like this color. It's beautiful. It is the same shade I used for the inside deflector dish, so it'll match it. And I think I'll use this also for my nacelles, the little circle behind the Bussard collectors, because it really contrasts nicely with the rest of the hull. As you can see, this one will sit right here. This part goes right here. If I like the way the holes look, that is. I'm going to have to drill them all out now and glue it here, and then I'll shine the light through, and if I like it, that's what I'll do. And it'll provide for light blocking because the LEDs will start somewhere around here. There's only 13 of them, so the effect will be more effective the closer they are together. So really the arc of LEDs needs to start about halfway through all the way to about here. So this area won't have any light on it, and the photo etches will provide uniformity, with the front ones having holes but the other ones not, providing light blockage. I'll supplement that with some tulip paint in the back to block this area, and I think that'll work. And then for the bottom saucer, I'll just glue the photo etch parts without drilling holes in them, because I've decided I'm just going to do the phaser effect on the top. Simplify my life a little bit. Anyway, that's the progress so far. Talk to you later. Hey guys, I'm back, and it occurs to me I didn't show you how I drill these holes, and I think that's important because I found a way that's kind of easy to do. I'm using the 1/32 inch Dremel bit, the smallest one on this kit. I tried smaller ones, but I broke them. They were too thin. And I guess this will do. What I'm doing is I'm drilling against a piece of wood here, which makes it relatively simple to do. And I place my drill in the spot that I want it at before I turn it on. And I press down on it so it doesn't slide, and then turn it on, and then pull right out. And that works pretty well. So as you can see, I'm coming along with the holes there. They appear to be fairly well lined up, you know, not perfect, but once you look at the whole thing in context and the whole of it, I think it'll look nice. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm back, and I've finished drilling the holes in the first photo etch part, and I've just mocked it up with some Scotch tape to hold it in place. And this gives me an idea of what it looks like. The light goes right on through. It does provide a nice effect. When it flows through, it'll look relatively smooth. But when you look at the photo etch part, I guess from far away, you still get the appreciation of the detail that it does offer. The holes definitely destroy some of its look, but not enough to deter me from using it. I think I'll go ahead and use it. And let me just set up the camera and show you guys the effect when I pass the light of the flashlight behind it. Just turn off the light so you guys can see this. You can see as I go by with a flashlight, it allows the light through. So I think it'll work. I have to see about possibly light blocking around it, because I see some light going through. But I'll deal with that later. The effect does work, so hopefully with the LEDs it'll look effective enough that it'll simulate the phaser array. Okay, talk to you soon.